All right, everybody, I'm not going to lie. I'm excited because they were going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Piraeus Krill, Herald of Galactus, former captain of the Zenzarian army, Firelord. And I am very excited because this is another Herald for Galactus, and my Galactus, by the time I'm recording it, should be here tomorrow. Fingers crossed, we'll see. But I'm hoping, and I'm very happy to have Firelord, and it's very fitting that he would arrive a day before Galactus, heralding his arrival. I think that's quite poetic. Again, this is the Marvel Legends Firelord figure. This is the retro Fantastic Four packaging, which I have collected almost all of, and I'm very happy to see it was packed in this because I love this packaging because it's from the '90s show, and I love that cartoon series, and it's a really good looking figure so far. I haven't opened it. I'm only looking at it through the packaging. I really hope we get more of these retro Fantastic Four packages because I like these a lot. These are really the only ones that I collect. I don't keep the boxes for most of the end of the figures, but I keep them for this one because I like this one. Now, take a look at the back. We have a piece of artwork for the character, a old toy read up. You can read here if you want to. Pause it, read it. There you go. Yeah. Very nice. Nothing to see on the side. I see on the right. These boxes are big, by the way. These are big boxes. Like Cyclops here, bringing it just like an average Marvel Legend. It would take two of them to stack up to the top of this. These are big boxes. All right, now let me crack this open. And here we have Firelord, and he looks spectacular. I genuinely think he looks amazing. I love this figure. If you're coming in expecting anything spectacular or new or anything to make it pop big time, make this like a really exciting new figure, you're not going to get it. This is just the Sunfire body, which, grab real quick, is just the body that the Human Torch has. This is exactly the same. It will be the exact same size as your Human Torch and all the accessories that come in there and with it. So yeah, it's just that. But I think that works. That's fine. You don't really need to do anything spectacular with him. I mean, look, there's not much to do with him. He's three just straight flat colors. You know, he's red, orange, yellow, little bit of white around the belt, but that's it. And I think he really came out well for just being that. Now, we'll get into the character and the mold and everything in a moment here, but I want to talk about the origin of Firelord. Firelord was first created in Thor number 225 by Sal Buscema and John Buscema. I might be getting my wires crossed, but I know that Sal Buscema was the one who wrote it and probably came up with the concept for the character. And he was a herald following the leave of Silver Surfer. This was, I believe, the second herald in the chronologically in like the release order of comic books that happened. And he faced off against Thor and whooped the snot out of Hercules in that book. Just took him down a peg, big time. And eventually, you know, they ended up. It was like they thought Galactus was coming to eat the Earth, but he wasn't. He was there because he needed help, so that's why they had to fight and everything. But that's how that works. And eventually, his origin would be revealed that he was a Zendarian officer, a captain in the army of the Nova Corps, along with a friend of his, a commanding officer by the name of what was it? Oh God, Gabriel Lan, I think. And he would eventually also become a herald, and he would become Airwalker, who we do not have a figure of, which I would like to see. Come on, please give us one. We're almost there. We're almost there, all of them. But I digress. And anyways, like I said, he was a officer, and he during the crash of his ship, I believe, he was taken by Galactus, and he was offered the position of herald. He took it. His memories were wiped of his past life, and he became Firelord, which is, you know, the standard rule of thumb for all heralds. You join with Galactus, he wipes your memory, so you become a blank slate and just hunt planets for him, and then eventually you leave him, because that's what happened to Firelord. He eventually left his herald stead, and just became his own entity, which happens with pretty much all of the heralds. I'm struggling to think of a herald who did not do that. Like Morg, but then he was murdered because he was a psychopath. But I honestly can't think of any heralds who were like, no, I like this. I want to stay here. I want to keep doing this. Most of them leave, like, very quickly. Most of the time it's because of Earth, but that's because we're writing it, and we're from Earth, so we make ourselves the centerpiece of everything. But, anyways, there he is. That's Piraeus Krill, the Firelord. Now, This is not how he comes in the packaging. I had him holding his cosmic Q-tip, and it's not bad. Now, take a look at it real quick. This is a interesting piece. Again, looks like a giant flaming Q-tip. Both of these ends can swivel and turn, so you can adjust it however you like. Change whichever way you want it. I like these a lot. The flame effects look really nice. This one looks better, I think. It has more orange than red. But yeah, it's nice. I don't like how bendy it is. Wish it was a bit stiffer. Kind of looks like a flaming dumbbell. But yeah, he can hold it because he has 2 sea grip hands as well as 2 punching hands. Bringing him in closer, looking at the paint detail. It's not bad. Again, like I said, just 3 very flat colors. Really what pops, though, are his eyes. You can see he has like a nice golden hue to his eyes. And a bit of flame around the back. He looks like the Heat Miser from The Year Without Santa Claus, from the old Rankin Bass special. I don't know if anybody's made that connection, but that's what it looks like in figure form. He looks like Mr. 100. He looks like Mr. 101. But yeah, so I'm gonna take that fusive off, and we'll look at the articulation for him. Now he does have a ball joint, which can turn that way, that far up. The hair kind of blocks it a little bit. The flaming hair blocks it a little bit. Look that far down. Ab crunch goes that far down. That far back. He has butterfly joints, which push in that close and push back that far. He has full range of motion with butterfly joints, so that's nice. There's no pin locking it. Swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbows. They're a little tight on mine. They're a little tight to get them bent all the way. Move those down. There's a swivel here and a hinge on both hands. So it's that. He has a 360 at the torso. He can kick out this far. He can kick forward that far, and he can kick back not at all. There is a swivel at the thigh. It's a thigh cut. There's a double jointed knee. There is a swivel at the calf, and a forward-facing pin for the rocker joint at the front of his foot. So there you go. There's his articulation, and I love this guy. I think it's great. I'm really happy to have this. This is a really good one. Let's go look at the accessories that come with him. Now, for the accessories, this ain't a Build-A-Figure. You're just going to get the hands and then the staff. And look, these are just the standard red punching hands, standard red C-gripping hands, and really what stands out is the flaming Q-tip, which I did look at the beginning. There ain't a whole much accessory-wise, but he really doesn't need that much because this is kind of his whole thing. It would have been cool maybe if he had an alternate head with the red beams coming out of his eyes, as that's the way he summons Galactus. That would have been cool, but I'm not mad. I'm happy with what we got. So let's look at some size comparisons. Now to start, I'm going to bring in 2 characters who are the Herald of Thunder Thor and the first appearance classic version of Thor. Not specifically first appearance, but that resembles it. Now, of course, Herald of Thunder Thor needs to be here as he is another Herald of Galactus, and the classic Thor needs to be here as this was the first book that Firelord appeared in, as I mentioned, which is Thor 225. It's only fitting that they stand next to each other. Now, if you know your classic 80s comic book history, you know that this version of Spider-Man, the black suit symbiote Spider-Man, actually faced off against Firelord and held his own pretty well. It's a very good issue. It's a very classic issue of Spider-Man versus Firelord. He's absolutely way outmatched, but he manages to hold his own because he's Spider-Man. And really good to have these 2 together. And how am I going to do a video about a Herald of Galactus without bringing in the Thing, the Human Torch, without bringing in Reed Richards, and without bringing in Sue Storm of the Fantastic Four? You got to have the whole team here. You just can't not do it. And great, he looks awesome. I love having this figure. This is a great figure. I'm really happy to have this. Well, there you have him. There is Firelord, and I love this guy. He's great. Love him. Great to have him on my shelf. Really happy to have another of these Fantastic Four retro card backs because I love these ones. These, I think, are my favorite. They're the most unique, most interesting looking. This figure is very good. He's everything you've already had in a figure. If you bought a Marvel Legends in the last 2 years, you probably had this body. But that's fine because it's a good body. I don't mind it. I don't mind the fact that it's not pinless because honestly, he's probably going to be in like one static position on my shelf when I get my Galactus. And the pins don't show anything. It's not like on a Spider-Man figure where there's blue sticking out of the red and the red sticking out of the blue. It's all orange. So I think this works fine. I picked this up at Pulse. It was $25, $30 for shipping and everything. You can pick it up there too, or Walmart or Amazon or wherever you can find these. Amazon didn't have them when I went to go order, so I just did off of Pulse, like I said. But you can find this probably pretty cheap. And thank you for sticking to the end of this. Please hit subscribe. Please hit like. Please let me know what you'd like to see next. And soon, hopefully tomorrow, I will have my Galactus, and I will have a few videos out about that because I'm going to gush about it and lose my mind because I've been waiting for it for over a year. Now, thank you very much. Have a good day.